Have you heard of the name Yemi Mary John? If yes, then you already know how the 19-year-old British track and field athlete blazed through the World U20 Championship in the 400-meter race. If not, then let us tell you, she's not your average athlete. Yemi Mary even bought a tiara beforehand, intending to pair it with a World Championship gold medal. Stay tuned while we tell you all about how her golden gamble paid off once she was crowned champion. First things first, let's see exactly how well Yemi Mary John did. On day 4 of the World U20 Championships in Colombia, the British teenager won a brilliant 400-meter in her personal best of 51.50 seconds, while the greatest junior 200-meter race in history saw two of her fellow male athletes finish at a close call in the under-20 category. Having started the championships with a 52.98 PB, Yemi Mary John went on to win the 400-meter gold in 51.50 at Cali, becoming the European under-20 champion. This was her third personal best of the week, after qualifying round PBs of 52.42 and 51.72. Next, John managed to come out on top despite the heavy competition. On the fourth day of activities at the Cali 2022 Under-20 World Athletics Championships, finally came the first medal from the delegation of Great Britain, aka the people in charge of giving Yemi her medal. The 19-year-old was crowned in what was an emotional but mostly happy ceremony. Mary John came out with an advantage in the last 200 meters, and just as she entered the last straight, she began to accelerate away from her rivals, earning the title of Queen of this race. And to crown her triumph, everyone from her delegation was already waiting for her at the finish line. The silver and bronze were awarded following an exciting battle between the competitors from India and Kenya. In the end, second place went to Damaris Mutunga, who managed an under-20 record of 51.71 seconds, while Rupal from India earned a well-deserved bronze. During a good part of the competition, the Kenyan kept fighting for first place against John, having entered the championships with a 53.71 PB, showing a 2-second upper hand. Yemi John, who entered the event ranked 11th, had brought her own tiara to wear in photographs and said her heart was racing. She was overjoyed to be there and to have managed to come out on top. Breaking every record she had, Yemi John couldn't be happier. She couldn't have asked for anything more. Her time was technically the fastest by a UK athlete under the age of 20. Former Commonwealth champion Donna Hartley is the next best with 51.77, but Lindsay McDonald ran 51.16 as an under-17 athlete in 1980, the year she reached Olympic 400-meter final in Moscow as a 16-year-old. Moving on, here are a few of her other achievements. Back in 2021, star teenage track and field athlete Yemi John managed to win silver at the women's 400-meter at the European Athletics Under-20s Championships. Then in 2022, she took part in the Bauhaus Junioren Gala, managing to win once again. Next up, what did John have to say about her victory? Yemi John claimed she manifested this win. Hold on, it sounded kind of absurd to us too, but what she meant by that was how important it was for her to be confident in her own abilities. John had to really believe in herself and in what she wanted. She talked about how she knew exactly how she wanted to perform and then simply put it into existence. Not only does that make sense, but it's also pretty inspirational. Looking back at every great athlete throughout history, every single one of them had to have confidence in their abilities to be able to make it. Now let's talk about how she never let herself lose hope. A lot of athletes never reach their full potential because of self-imposed beliefs about their abilities and how far they can go, whether in sports or to a big university they want to attend, a job they want, or a boy or girl they think is out of their league. The list is endless. The simple truth about this type of thinking is that whatever you believe about yourself, your own abilities, and how you'll perform on the athletic field will almost always dictate the outcome of your own performance. And like we said right at the start of this video, John isn't your average athlete. She doesn't seem to have an ounce of self-doubt in her body. Her self-confidence, that too at such a young age, is admirable. The 19-year-old put in an amazing championship performance, slashing her personal best from 52.42 seconds to 51.72 in the semifinals and 51.50 in the final. She talked about how in that first round, she surprised even herself. Even though she knew she was ready physically, she hadn't put the time down. Yemi said that she wanted to go to Worlds confident, but apparently, the 19-year-old wasn't even counted as part of the competition. It was still important important for her to stay level-headed throughout the semis and finals, and to stay focused on the goal no matter what happened. And eventually, the first round gave her the motivation she needed. The gold she won was Great Britain's only individual gold medal at August's global gathering in Colombia, marking the Woodford youngster for stardom. Johns said she might just make another appearance like this soon. Moving on, Yemi Johns had her fair share of struggles. From the surface, a lot of athletes' journeys might look smooth sailing, but in reality, that's never the case. No one gets success served to them like that on a silver platter. Yemi John is no exception. Her journey has been pretty rocky. The one-lap star reached a low ebb during lockdown as she slowly began to lose competitive direction. On top of that, the 19-year-old had to manage the challenge of a move to study and train at the University of Nottingham. John said it was definitely an interesting adjustment, and it was really hard because she had no idea where she was fitness-wise. At the time, she had no choice but to train herself, and she couldn't even use the facilities because of the pandemic. On top of that, she didn't have people around her. Being so lonely, along with the added pressure of training, at times made her so tired she wanted to stop everything and just give up. Yemi explained how she couldn't always manage to stay motivated, but staying strictly disciplined is what got her through. It took a lot of readjusting, and she was grateful for it. So what's next for the 19-year-old athlete? This winter, John will be relocating to the USA and taking up a prestigious sports scholarship at the University of Southern California, where she will compete on the NCAA circuit. The last time John had to move, it wasn't easy for her. Hopefully this time around, it's not as rocky. Next up, John also got nominated for a prestigious award following her World Junior success. Yemi's phenomenal year of 2022 has finally been rewarded with a nomination for Sport Aid's annual One to Watch award. She's been shortlisted in the top 10 from a massive crowd of 1,000 young athletes, supported by the charity across about 60 different sports. John, who got her Sports Aid support this year from Gadalay, a legal and professional services group, said she was very grateful and very happy about it. The young athlete added that it was nice to reap the rewards of all her hard work. She went on to say that being put next to those names gave her such a great boost of confidence and hope. The award was launched back in 2006 to shine a spotlight on the outstanding achievements of Britain's brightest young prospects, with Tom Daley, Courtney Tulloch, Holly Arnold, Morgan Lake, Alex Yee, and Amber Hill among the previous winners. Lastly, the Sport Aid's annual One to Watch award could be life-changing for Yemi. Previous winners of the One to Watch award, including Tom Daley OBE, Holly Arnold MBE, Courtney Tulloch, and Alex Yee MBE, have already amassed over 50 senior medals from Olympic and Paralympic Games, World and European Championships, and Commonwealth Games, firmly establishing themselves as household names in British sport. After a sensational year, para-swimming sensation Ellie Chalice received the One to Watch award from Dame Catherine Granger, who had previously received support from the charity. Ellie had previously won bronze in the women's S3 50-meter backstroke at the World Para-Swimming Championships, as well as setting 1 world and 2 European records at the British Para-Swimming International. She has since added a Paralympic silver medal and more world-level medals to her collection. Athletes are nominated by their sports governing body each year based on the strength of their talent and potential, demonstrating why the One to Watch award has earned such a strong reputation for identifying the best up-and-coming prospects. The winner of Sport Aid's prestigious One to Watch award will be announced at the charity Celebrate the Next event in London, which is sponsored by the Royal Bank of Canada. That's a wrap for this video. Are you guys excited to see just what else Yemi Mary John is capable of as an athlete? We know we are. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.